Rahul was 17 years old. He was a quiet boy, thoughtful, and intelligent in his own way. But there was one thing that always made his heart beat faster and his palms sweat: speaking English. Every time his teacher asked him to read aloud or answer a question in English, Rahul's mind went blank. The words were there in his head, but they refused to come out of his mouth. His classmates laughed sometimes, not loudly, but softly enough to hurt. That hurt stayed with Rahul long after the classroom became silent. Rahul's inner fear. Rahul believed something very strongly, even though he never said it out loud. I am not good enough. He compared himself with others. Some students spoke English smoothly, confidently, without fear. Rahul felt small standing next to them. He often thought, maybe English is not for people like me. This thought slowly became his biggest enemy. Home, a safe place. At home, Rahul was different. He smiled more. He talked freely, in his own comfort zone. His father, Mr. Sharma, noticed this difference. Mr. Sharma was a simple man. He worked hard every day and spoke calmly. He was not perfect in English either, but he believed deeply in one thing. Confidence changes everything. One evening, Rahul came home from school quietly. He dropped his bag and sat on the bed without saying a word. His father noticed. Father starts the conversation. Mr. Sharma sat beside him and asked gently, "Rough day?" Rahul nodded. After a few seconds of silence, Rahul said, "Baba, I feel useless." Those words shocked his father. Mr. Sharma looked at Rahul carefully and asked, "Why would you say that?" Rahul took a deep breath. Everyone speaks English so well. I try, but I fail. When I speak, I make mistakes. People laugh. I feel ashamed. His voice trembled. Father's calm wisdom. Mr. Sharma did not interrupt. He listened patiently. Then he smiled softly and said, "Rahul, do you know something?" Rahul looked up. Mistakes are not the problem. Fear is. Rahul was confused. Mr. Sharma continued, "When you were learning to walk, did you fall?" Rahul nodded. "Many times. Did you stop walking because you fell?" Rahul slowly shook his head. "No. That's because you believed you could walk. English is the same." A story from the past. Mr. Sharma stood up and walked to the window. "Let me tell you something about my life," he said. "When I was young, I was afraid to speak too. Not just English, anything in front of people." Rahul listened carefully. "I missed many chances because I stayed silent. I was capable, but I didn't believe in myself." Mr. Sharma turned back and looked at Rahul. "I don't want you to make the same mistake." The turning point, Rahul asked quietly, "But Baba, what if I speak wrong English?" Mr. Sharma smiled again. "Then speak wrong English." Rahul was surprised. "Wrong English is better than no English," his father said firmly. "People don't remember mistakes. They remember confidence." He placed his hand on Rahul's shoulder. "Believe in yourself first. Language will follow." A simple plan that night. Mr. Sharma made a simple plan for Rahul. "No pressure," he said. "No perfection. Just 3 simple rules. Speak English every day, even if it's broken. Never laugh at your own mistakes. Remember, confidence matters more than grammar." Rahul felt something new inside his chest. Hope. The next morning, Rahul woke up earlier than usual. His heart felt a little nervous, but also excited. At the breakfast table, his father said calmly, "Good morning, Rahul." Rahul hesitated for a second. Then he replied slowly, Good morning, Baba." His pronunciation was not perfect. His sentence was simple. But his father smiled proudly. "That's enough for today," Mr. Sharma said. "You started." Rahul felt something warm inside his heart. Small steps, big courage. Every day, Rahul practiced a little. He spoke English in front of the mirror. Sometimes he talked to himself. Today, I will not be afraid. I can speak English. I believe in myself. At first, his voice was low. His words were slow, but he didn't stop. Even when he made mistakes, he remembered his father's words. Wrong English is better than no English. School. The real test. At school, things were not easy. In English class, the teacher asked, "Who wants to read this paragraph?" Rahul's heart started beating fast. He wanted to raise his hand, but fear pulled it down. Then he remembered his father's face, calm, confident. Slowly, Rahul raised his hand. The classroom became quiet. The teacher smiled and said, "Yes, Rahul, please read." Facing the fear, Rahul stood up. His hands were shaking. He started reading. He made mistakes. He paused. Some students whispered, but Rahul did not stop. He finished the paragraph. The room was silent for a moment. Then the teacher said, "Good effort, Rahul. Keep practicing." That one sentence changed Rahul's day. He sat down, breathing deeply. He didn't feel ashamed. He felt brave. Father's support continues. That evening, Rahul told his father everything. "I made mistakes," Rahul said. Mr. Sharma nodded. "But I didn't stop," Rahul added. Mr. Sharma smiled widely. "That is confidence," he said, "not speaking perfectly, speaking without fear." Rahul slept that night with a peaceful mind. Days turned into weeks. Weeks passed. Rahul practiced every day. He watched simple English videos. He repeated sentences aloud. He read short stories. Sometimes he felt tired. Sometimes he felt slow. But he never felt hopeless again. His father always reminded him, "Progress is quiet. Don't rush it." A moment of doubt. One day, a classmate laughed at Rahul's pronunciation. That old pain returned. Rahul came home silently that day. His father noticed again. "What happened?" he asked gently. Rahul said, "Maybe I will never be good." Mr. Sharma looked serious. "Rahul," he said firmly, "confidence is not about others' opinions. It is about your belief." He paused and added, "Do you want to give up now?" Rahul shook his head. "No." "Then stand tall," his father said. "Your journey is yours." Building inner strength. From that day, Rahul changed something. He stopped comparing himself with others. He focused only on himself. Every mistake became a lesson. Every effort became progress. Slowly, his English improved. One morning, the English teacher entered the class with a notice in her hand. "Next month," she said, "we will have an English speech competition." The class became noisy. Some students looked excited, some looked confident. Rahul felt a sudden fear rise inside him. A speech, in English, in front of everyone. That fear stayed with him the whole day. The fear returns. That evening, Rahul sat quietly in his room. His father came in and asked, "You look worried." Rahul took a deep breath. "There is a speech competition," he said. "I don't think I can do it." Mr. Sharma sat beside him. "Do you want to try?" he asked. Rahul hesitated. "I am afraid," he said honestly. His father nodded. "Courage is not the absence of fear," he said calmly. "It is moving forward despite fear." The decision that night, Rahul couldn't sleep. His mind was full of questions. What if I forget my words? What if people laugh? What if I fail? Then another thought came. What if I don't try? That question stayed longer. The next morning, Rahul went to school and wrote his name on the list. His hands were shaking, but his heart felt strong. Preparation begins. Every evening, Rahul practiced his speech with his father. Slowly, line by line. Sometimes he forgot words. Sometimes he felt frustrated, but his father never raised his voice. "Take your time," he said. "Speak from your heart." Rahul learned something important. Confidence grows with patience. The day of practice speech. One day, the teacher asked Rahul to practice his speech in class. His legs felt weak as he stood up. He looked at his classmates. Then he remembered his father's words. "Believe in yourself." Rahul started speaking. His voice was soft at first, but slowly it became steady. He made mistakes, but he didn't stop. When he finished, the class was quiet. Then the teacher clapped. "Good improvement, Rahul," she said. That moment stayed with him. Father's silent pride. That evening, Rahul told his father. Mr. Sharma listened quietly. He didn't say much. He just smiled. That smile said everything. The competition day arrives. The day finally came. Rahul stood backstage. His heart was racing. He looked at the audience. So many faces. He closed his eyes for a moment and remembered his journey. The fear, the practice, the belief. His name was called. The speech, Rahul walked to the stage. He held the microphone. He took a deep breath. "My name is Rahul," he said. "Today I want to talk about believing in yourself." His voice was clear. He spoke slowly, honestly. He talked about fear, mistakes, confidence. He didn't try to be perfect. He tried to be real. A powerful moment. When Rahul finished, there was silence, then applause. Loud, real. Rahul felt tears in his eyes. Not because he won. Rahul walked off the stage slowly. His hands were no longer shaking. He felt light, free. Some of his classmates smiled at him. A few even said, "You spoke well." Rahul didn't reply much. He just smiled. For the first time, he didn't need approval to feel confident, waiting for the result. The results were announced at the end of the program. Rahul stood with the other students. His heart was calm now. Win or lose. He knew something had already changed inside him. The teacher announced the winners. Rahul did not win first place. He did not win second place. But when the teacher said, "A special appreciation award goes to Rahul for confidence and improvement," the room filled with applause again. Rahul walked forward with steady steps. That award meant more than any trophy. The ride home. On the way home, Rahul and his father walked together quietly. The evening sky was calm. After a few minutes, Rahul spoke. "Baba, I was scared today." Mr. Sharma nodded. "But I spoke anyway," Rahul continued. His father stopped walking and looked at him. "That is confidence," he said softly. "Not fearlessness. Bravery. A father's truth." They sat on a bench. Mr. Sharma said, "Rahul, English is just a language. Confidence is a life skill." He paused. "If you believe in yourself, you can speak any language, face any challenge." Rahul listened carefully. Those words went deep into his heart. A new Rahul days passed. Rahul became more active in class. He asked questions. He shared answers. His English was still simple, but his voice was strong. People listened now, not because he was perfect, but because he was confident. The final lesson. One evening, Rahul looked at himself in the mirror and smiled. He said in English, "I believe in myself." It felt natural. It felt true. His father heard him and smiled quietly from the next room. Closing message. This is not just Rahul's story. It is the story of every learner who is afraid to speak, every student who doubts themselves, every voice waiting to be heard. After the speech competition, something quietly changed in Rahul's life. Not suddenly, not magically, but deeply. He no longer avoided eye contact when the English teacher spoke. He no longer hid behind others during group activities. Fear was still there, but it was no longer in control. An unexpected opportunity. One afternoon, the school announced a new program, a weekly English conversation club. Students could join voluntarily, no exams, no marks, just speaking. Rahul read the notice carefully. His heart started beating faster again. The old fear whispered, "You will embarrass yourself." But a new voice answered, "You have faced worse." That evening, Rahul told his father, "There is a conversation club," he said. "I am thinking of joining." Mr. Sharma smiled calmly. "Thinking?" he asked. "Or deciding?" Rahul paused, then said, "Deciding." First day at the club. The room was small. Only 10 students sat in a circle. The teacher said, "There are no mistakes here, only learning." Rahul felt nervous, but he stayed. When it was his turn to speak, his mind went blank for a second. Then he spoke slowly. "My name is Rahul. I am learning English. I feel nervous, but I want to improve." The teacher nodded. "That honesty is your strength," she said. Rahul felt seen. Growth through discomfort. Week after week, Rahul attended the club. Some days were good, some days were difficult. Sometimes words flowed, sometimes sentences broke, but Rahul never stopped speaking. He learned to pause instead of panic, to breathe instead of freeze. Confidence was becoming a habit. Father and son, a deeper bond. Every night, Rahul and his father talked, not only about English, about life, about fear, about failure. Mr. Sharma shared stories Rahul had never heard before. Missed chances, silent regrets. "I don't want silence to limit you," his father said one night. Rahul understood. This journey was bigger than English. A setback appears. One day, Rahul gave an answer in class, in English. A student laughed loudly. This time, the laughter was clear. The class went silent. Rahul felt his face burn. Old fear rushed back. For a moment, he wanted to sit down and disappear. Then something unexpected happened. The teacher said firmly, "Making fun of effort is unacceptable." She looked at Rahul. "Please continue." Rahul swallowed hard and continued. His voice was shaking, but it did not stop. That moment built something unbreakable inside him. Understanding, confidence. That night, Rahul told his father everything. "I was embarrassed," he said. Mr. Sharma nodded. "But you didn't quit," he replied. Rahul thought for a moment and said, "No, I didn't." His father smiled. "That's when confidence becomes real," he said, "when it survives embarrassment." A quiet realization. Rahul began to notice something. People were not judging him as much as he thought. Most were busy with their own fears. That realization felt freeing. English was no longer an enemy. It was a tool. One morning, the English teacher called Rahul after class. "Rahul," she said, "I have noticed your effort." Rahul felt nervous. "I want you to help a new student," she continued. "He is afraid to speak English, just like you were." Rahul was surprised. "Me?" he asked. "Yes," the teacher said. "You understand fear. That makes you a good guide." Rahul walked home that day in silence. He was thinking deeply. Sharing the news at home. At home, Rahul told his father everything. Mr. Sharma listened carefully. Then he said, "Sometimes, growth shows when others trust you." Rahul nodded. He felt a new kind of responsibility. Meeting the new student. The new student's name was Aman. Aman barely spoke. He kept his head down. When Rahul spoke to him in English, Aman looked scared. Rahul smiled gently. "It's okay," he said. "I was like you." Aman looked up for the first time. "You were?" he asked. Rahul nodded. "Yes, very afraid." Teaching through experience. Rahul didn't correct Aman too much. He didn't rush him. He just spoke slowly, clearly. Confidence first, Rahul said one day. Grammar later. Aman smiled. Teaching Aman made Rahul realize something important. He had come far. Father notices the change one evening. Mr. Sharma watched Rahul explain English words confidently. He didn't interrupt. Later he said softly, "You're becoming the person you once needed." Those words stayed with Rahul. Pressure builds again. As exams approached, pressure returned. English papers felt heavy. Rahul studied hard, but one night he failed a practice test. Old doubt whispered again, "What if this confidence is fake?" Rahul sat quietly. His father noticed his silence. "What's wrong?" he asked. "I tried," Rahul said, "but I failed." A gentle reminder. Mr. Sharma sat beside him. "Rahul," he said, "confidence does not mean winning every time." He continued, "It means standing up after disappointment." Rahul took a deep breath. He opened his book again. Strength in consistency day after day. Rahul studied, slowly, patiently, no rush, no panic. English became familiar, not perfect, but friendly. A quiet victory. When exam results came, Rahul had improved. Not the highest marks, but higher than before. That was enough. Rahul smiled quietly. He didn't need loud success. He needed steady growth. After the exams, Rahul felt lighter. For the first time, English was not just a subject. It was becoming part of his daily life. One evening, his father asked casually, "What do you want to do after school?" Rahul thought for a long moment. "I want to speak confidently," he said. "Anywhere, with anyone," Mr. Sharma smiled. "That is a powerful dream," he said. Facing the outside world. One day, Mr. Sharma took Rahul to his workplace. There were people from different places, different accents, different confidence levels. Rahul felt nervous again, but he remembered something important. Everyone here learned at some point. When someone spoke English to him, Rahul replied slowly but clearly. He didn't rush. He didn't panic. His father watched quietly. Pride filled his eyes. An honest conversation. On the way home, Mr. Sharma spoke. "Rahul," he said, "the world respects effort." He paused. "You don't need perfect English. You need honest confidence." Rahul nodded. That sentence stayed with him. Becoming comfortable with mistakes, Rahul began to enjoy learning English. He laughed at his own mistakes now. Not in shame, but in acceptance. Mistakes no longer felt heavy. They felt temporary. Helping others grows him. Aman improved slowly. One day, Aman said, "Because of you, I speak now." Rahul felt emotional. He understood something new. Confidence grows when shared. A quiet evening talk. One night, Rahul and his father sat on the roof. The stars were visible. Mr. Sharma said softly, "When I was young, I stayed quiet." Rahul listened. "I don't regret being simple," his father continued, "but I regret doubting myself." He looked at Rahul. "Promise me one thing." Rahul nodded. "Never doubt your worth because of language." Rahul said firmly, "I promise." Inner strength builds. Rahul's voice changed, not in accent, but in certainty. He spoke with belief now. English became a bridge, not a wall. A new challenge appears. One day, the school announced an inter-school event. Students would interact with others in English. Rahul read the notice slowly. His heart beat faster. Familiar feeling returned. But this time, fear did not stop him. It prepared him. The inter-school event was only 2 weeks away. Students from different schools would meet, talk, and work together in English. Rahul felt nervous, but this time the nervousness felt different. It was not fear trying to stop him. It was excitement asking him to grow. Every evening, Rahul practiced speaking with his father. They talked about daily life, about news, about simple ideas. Sometimes Rahul stopped mid-sentence. Sometimes he searched for words. His father never rushed him. "Take your time," Mr. Sharma always said. "Your voice deserves patience." A moment of self-doubt. One night, Rahul suddenly said, "Baba, what if I go there and feel small again?" Mr. Sharma looked at him carefully. "Rahul," he said, "confidence is not a feeling that stays forever." He paused. "It comes and goes. Belief is what keeps you standing." Rahul listened silently. The day before the event. The night before the event, Rahul couldn't sleep. Memories came back. The laughter, the silence, the fear. He sat up in bed and whispered to himself, "I am not the same person anymore." That sentence gave him calm. Arrival at the event. The next morning, Rahul stood at the entrance of the new school. So many unfamiliar faces, so many voices speaking English. His heart beat fast. For a moment, he wanted to stay quiet. Then he remembered something important. Silence is safe, but growth is louder. He walked in. First interaction. A student from another school smiled and said, "Hi, what's your name?" Rahul took a breath. "My name is Rahul," he replied. "I am happy to be here." The student smiled wider. "Nice to meet you, Rahul." That simple exchange felt like a victory. Group activity begins. Students were divided into groups. Rahul sat with 3 unfamiliar students. The task was to discuss a topic and share ideas. At first, Rahul listened. Then he spoke, slowly, clearly. His ideas were simple, but honest. People listened. No laughter, no judgment, only attention. A quiet realization. While speaking, Rahul realized something powerful. People were not listening to his English. They were listening to his thoughts. That realization changed everything. Father's words echo. Again, inside his mind, Rahul heard his father's voice. Language is a tool. Confidence is the power. Rahul felt steady. An unexpected compliment. After the activity, one student said, "You speak very clearly. I like that." Rahul smiled. "Thank you," he said. That smile came from deep inside. Reflection on the way home. On the bus ride back, Rahul looked out the window. He didn't feel proud in a loud way. He felt peaceful. He had faced fear and stayed standing, sharing the day at home. At home, Rahul told his father everything, every detail, every feeling. Mr. Sharma listened quietly. When Rahul finished, his father said softly, "You are learning the most important language." Rahul asked, "Which one?" "Self-belief," his father replied. A growing sense of purpose. That night, Rahul thought deeply. Maybe his journey was not just for himself. Maybe his voice could help others too. The idea stayed with him. The idea stayed in Rahul's mind. If my journey helped me, he thought, maybe it can help others too. The next day at school, Rahul noticed something. Many students were silent, just like he once was. They knew answers, but they didn't speak. Rahul understood them. A small step toward leadership. One afternoon, Rahul spoke to his English teacher. "Ma'am," he said slowly, "can I help students who are afraid to speak?" The teacher looked surprised. Then she smiled. "That is a wonderful thought, Rahul," she said. "Let's start small." She asked Rahul to help during group activities. No pressure, just support. The first time, helping publicly. During a group discussion, one student stayed quiet. Rahul gently said, "You can speak. It's okay." The student looked nervous. Rahul added, "You don't need perfect English." Slowly the student spoke. The words were broken, but the courage was real. Rahul felt something shift inside him. Helping others strengthened his own confidence. Father notices a new change. That evening, Mr. Sharma noticed Rahul talking with energy. "You look different," he said. Rahul smiled. "I feel useful," he replied. Mr. Sharma nodded. "Confidence grows when purpose joins effort," he said. A difficult day returns. Not every day was good. One day Rahul tried to explain something in class and failed. His words didn't come out right. The class felt awkward. Rahul sat down quietly. The old voice returned. "You are pretending." That evening, Rahul felt heavy. An honest father-son moment. Mr. Sharma noticed Rahul's silence again. "What happened today?" he asked. Rahul told him everything. Mr. Sharma listened carefully. Then he said, "Rahul, growth is not a straight line." He continued, "Bad days do not erase good progress." Rahul took a deep breath. That truth settled his heart. Learning to be kind to himself. From that day, Rahul stopped being harsh on himself. He allowed mistakes. He allowed slow days. Confidence became gentle, not loud. A new invitation. 1 week later, the teacher announced something new. "Rahul," she said, "we are planning a school assembly talk." Rahul's heart jumped. "Would you like to share your experience of learning English?" The classroom went quiet. All eyes turned to him. Rahul didn't answer immediately. Fear knocked again, but this time, belief opened the door. "I will try," he said, preparing for a bigger audience. At home, Rahul told his father. Mr. Sharma didn't look worried. He looked calm. "Speak from your truth," he said. "That is enough." Rahul nodded. This was not about English anymore. This was about his voice. The school assembly was only a few days away. Rahul sat in his room with a notebook in his hand. He didn't want to memorize big words. He didn't want to sound perfect. He wanted to sound real. So he wrote simple lines about fear, about silence, about believing in himself. Every evening, he practiced in front of his father. Sometimes he stopped mid-sentence. Sometimes emotion filled his eyes. His father never corrected his grammar too much. He corrected his confidence. "Look up when you speak," he said. "Your story matters." The night before the assembly, that night, Rahul felt nervous again. He sat quietly beside his father. "Baba," he said softly, "what if my voice shakes?" Mr. Sharma smiled. "Let it shake," he replied. "A shaking voice can still speak truth." Rahul closed his eyes. That answer gave him peace. The morning of the assembly, students gathered in the open ground. Teachers stood in lines. The microphone waited silently. Rahul stood near the stage. His heart beat fast, but he stood straight. He remembered every step of his journey. The fear, the practice, the belief, walking to the microphone. When his name was called, Rahul walked forward. The ground felt quiet. So many eyes, so many expectations. He held the microphone. For a moment, there was silence. Then Rahul spoke. The first words, "Good morning," he said. His voice was soft, but clear. "My name is Rahul. I was once afraid to speak English." The students listened. "I believed that mistakes meant failure. I believed silence was safer." His hands shook slightly, but he didn't stop, speaking from the heart. "I learned something important," Rahul continued. "Confidence comes before language." He paused. "When we believe in ourselves, words slowly follow." He shared small moments, classroom fear, practice at home, support from his father. Every word came from truth. A change in the crowd. Rahul noticed something. Students were not whispering, they were listening. Some nodded, some looked thoughtful. Rahul felt steady now. A father watching. Silently at the back, Mr. Sharma stood quietly. His eyes were moist. He didn't clap. He didn't speak. He just watched his son stand tall. Ending without ending. Rahul finished his talk. There was a short silence, then applause. Not loud, but deep. Rahul stepped down. He didn't feel proud in a noisy way. He felt complete. After the assembly, something changed in the school atmosphere. Students who never spoke before started greeting Rahul. Some smiled shyly. Some nodded with respect. A few students came up to him and said, "I feel the same fear. Your words helped me." Rahul listened quietly. He didn't feel like a hero. He felt like a mirror. A quiet moment with his father. That evening, Rahul and his father walked it together. "I will never silence my voice again." The journey was still long, but his steps were firm. As weeks passed, Rahul noticed a quiet change inside himself. He no longer waited for permission to speak. He no longer apologized before sharing his thoughts. He spoke when he had something to say, and stayed silent when he didn't. That balance felt powerful, facing a bigger audience. One afternoon, the English teacher brought unexpected news. "Our school has been invited to a district-level student interaction program," she said. "Rahul, we would like you to represent us." The room went quiet. Rahul felt the familiar tightness in his chest. A bigger stage, new faces, higher expectations. But panic did not rise, only seriousness. "I will prepare," Rahul said. A father's simple advice. That night, Rahul told his father. Mr. Sharma listened carefully. Then he said, "Don't try to impress." Rahul looked confused. "Try to connect," his father continued. "People remember honesty, not performance." Rahul nodded. That advice felt grounding, preparation with purpose. Rahul practiced speaking, but differently now. He focused on meaning, not speed, clarity, not accent. He spoke about ideas that mattered to him. Fear, growth, belief. Sometimes he stopped and thought, and that was okay. A moment of pressure. 2 days before the program, Rahul suddenly felt overwhelmed. "What if I disappoint everyone?" he asked his father. Mr. Sharma replied calmly, "You don't carry their expectations." He paused. "You carry your effort. That is enough." Rahul exhaled slowly. Arrival at the district program. The hall was large. Students from many schools were present. English filled the air, fast, confident, fluent. Rahul felt small for a moment. Then he noticed something important. Everyone here was nervous too. They just hid it differently. That realization steadied him. When Rahul spoke. During a discussion session, Rahul shared his thoughts. He didn't rush. He didn't decorate his words. He spoke clearly. Slowly, heads turned toward him. People listened. Questions followed. Rahul answered honestly, even when unsure. "I am still learning," he said at one point. No one laughed. They respected him more. A quiet victory. After the session, a teacher from another school said, "You speak with clarity and calm." Rahul thanked her. That compliment stayed with him. Not because of pride, but because of truth. Returning home. Changed that evening, Rahul sat beside his father. "I was nervous," he said, "but I trusted myself." Mr. Sharma smiled gently. "That trust," he said, "is your real achievement." A new understanding. Rahul realized something deep. Confidence was no longer about English. It was about showing up honestly, every time. The journey was still going, still shaping him, and more lessons were waiting ahead. After the district program, Rahul returned to school quietly. Nothing outside looked different. The same classrooms, the same desks, but inside Rahul, something had shifted. He no longer waited to be chosen. When the teacher asked a question, Rahul raised his hand calmly, not to show off, not to prove anything, just to participate. Respect replaces doubt. Classmates began to treat him differently, not with surprise, with respect. Some students asked him for help. Some asked for advice. Rahul always replied gently. "I'm still learning," he would say, "but I will try." That honesty made people trust him more. A difficult conversation at home. One evening, Rahul found his father unusually quiet. "What's wrong, Baba?" Rahul asked. Mr. Sharma smiled faintly. "I was thinking," he said, "I wish I had believed in myself earlier." Rahul sat beside him. "You taught me," Rahul said. "That matters." Mr. Sharma looked at his son. "Watching you grow," he said softly, "is healing something inside me too." That moment deepened their bond. Confidence meets reality. One day, Rahul faced something new, a class presentation, unprepared. He stood in front of the class and felt stuck. Words didn't come easily. For a few seconds, silence filled the room. Rahul took a breath. "I need a moment," he said calmly. He paused, then continued. The presentation wasn't perfect, but it was honest. Later, Rahul realized something important. Confidence does not remove struggle. It teaches you how to stand during it. Helping, without losing himself. Rahul became busy helping others. Too busy. One night he felt exhausted. His father noticed. "You don't have to carry everyone," Mr. Sharma said. "Helping others should not silence you." Rahul nodded. He understood. Confidence also means setting limits. A new balance. Rahul began managing his time. Some time for others, some time for himself. He read quietly. He practiced speaking alone. Growth felt steady again. An invitation that surprised him. One afternoon, the principal called Rahul again. "We are planning a motivational session for junior students," she said. "We would like you to speak." Rahul felt calm but thoughtful. This was different. Younger students, younger fears. "I will prepare," Rahul said. Preparing from the heart. This time, Rahul didn't write much. He thought about fear, about silence, about belief. He remembered the boy he once was, and the father who stood beside him. A quiet promise. Again. That night, Rahul stood in front of the mirror. He spoke softly. "I don't need perfect English. I need honest courage." He smiled. The journey was still teaching him, and he was still listening. After that, the day of the motivational session arrived. Younger students sat in rows, whispering to each other. Rahul stood behind the stage curtain for a moment. He wasn't scared in the old way. He was thoughtful. He wanted to speak in a way they would understand. Stepping forward, when his name was called, Rahul walked onto the stage. He looked at the young faces. Some looked curious, some looked nervous. Rahul smiled gently. "Hello," he said. "My name is Rahul." His voice was calm. "I want to tell you something simple today." The hall became quiet, sharing his truth. Simply, "I was afraid to speak English," Rahul continued, "not because I didn't know words, but because I didn't believe in myself." The students listened closely. "I thought mistakes meant I was weak, but mistakes taught me courage." He paused and looked around. "If you are afraid," he said, "it doesn't mean you are bad. It means you are growing." Seeing himself in them, Rahul noticed a boy in the front row. Quiet, eyes down. Rahul smiled at him. "I was like you," he said softly, "and I promise your voice matters." The boy looked up. That moment stayed with Rahul. After the session, teachers thanked Rahul. Students clapped warmly, but Rahul felt something deeper than happiness. He felt connected. A walk with his father. That evening, Rahul and his father walked slowly. You spoke gently today, Mr. Sharma said. That touched people. Rahul nodded. I spoke to who I used to be, he said. Mr. Sharma smiled. That's the strongest way to speak, he replied. Confidence becomes quiet strength. Rahul realized confidence was no longer loud excitement. It was quiet strength. It stayed even when no one was watching. A new challenge from within. One night, Rahul thought deeply. If I stop practicing, will I lose this confidence? The question made him pause. He understood something important. Confidence is not stored. It is practiced. Returning to the basics, Rahul returned to simple habits. Daily reading, speaking aloud, thinking in English without pressure, no rush, just consistency. Looking toward the future again. College applications were coming closer, interviews, group discussions. Once these thoughts would have scared him. Now they felt like doors, still heavy, but openable. A father's quiet faith. One evening, Mr. Sharma said calmly, whatever happens next, remember this. Rahul looked at him. You are not behind. You are becoming. Those words stayed. The road ahead was long, and Rahul was still walking it. Preparing for college life. As time passed, Rahul started preparing for college. Forms, documents, interviews. Each step felt serious. But unlike before, Rahul did not feel lost. He felt prepared inside. The first interview experience. Rahul was called for a college interview. The room was quiet. The interviewer smiled politely. Tell me about yourself, she said. Rahul took a breath. He didn't rush. He didn't try to impress. My name is Rahul, he began. I am someone who learned to believe in himself. He spoke about his journey, fear, practice, growth. His English was simple, but his message was clear. The interviewer listened carefully. Walking out with peace. After the interview, Rahul stepped outside. He didn't know the result, but he felt peaceful. He had spoken honestly. That was enough, sharing the moment at home. At home, Rahul told his father everything. Mr. Sharma listened quietly. When Rahul finished, his father said, You spoke with truth. Results will come later. Rahul nodded. He trusted that now. Waiting without fear. Days passed. Waiting was never easy. But Rahul no longer filled the waiting with self-doubt. He read. He practiced. He helped Aman and others. Life felt balanced. A message arrives. One afternoon, Rahul received an email. He opened it slowly. He had been selected. Not because of perfect English, but because of confidence and clarity. Rahul closed his eyes for a moment. He didn't shout. He didn't jump. He smiled. A father's silent pride. Again, Mr. Sharma read the email. He placed his hand on Rahul's shoulder. You earned this, he said softly.